The morning they came with papers in hand, I was in the garden pulling weeds from the rose bed my grandfather planted. Mom didn't knock, she never does. She walked in like the house still belonged to her, and maybe, in her mind, it did. Dad stood behind her, silent, eyes darting between the hallway and the floor, like guilt was chewing on his ankles. Then came her voice, sharp as always, rehearsed, decisive. "We're selling the house. Your sister needs a place. She's pregnant now, and it's time you let go of this phase." Phase. That's what they called the only thing I had left from the old me. The me before they divorced and took everything but the land this house stood on. I inherited it after Grandpa died, legally mine, deed and all. But to them, it was an inconvenience, a bargaining chip they assumed I'd hand over out of obligation. I didn't argue. I just nodded and told them I'd think about it. I don't think Mom even heard me. She was already texting my sister, probably telling her the deal was done. My sister, Mona, was always the favorite. I used to make excuses for it. She was younger, needed more help, had a fragile heart. Then she got pregnant by a guy she swore was different, and suddenly my parents started treating her like a fragile queen. Every dinner conversation turned into a charity auction for Mona's future. I was just the leftover, the stable one, the one who didn't need anything. Until I did. Because when I went back through Grandpa's letters that night, I found one he wrote before he died, tucked in the bottom drawer, wrapped in plastic, dated and signed. "This land holds our blood. If they ever try to take it from you, don't let them. Fight with your mind, not your fists. Blood can lie. Paper doesn't." So I didn't fight with fists. I opened my laptop. 2 days later, I made a quiet listing on a private investment group forum. I described the property, the land value, the privacy, the water access, the surrounding woods, the legacy. I knew someone would bite, and one did. His name was Yassine, a retired intelligence officer. Cold, calm, quiet. He didn't care for family drama, only clean ownership. Paid in full. No mortgage, no back and forth. I had the deed transferred and the documents notarized. I sold the house, legally and quietly. But I didn't move out. Yassine didn't care. He said I could stay through August. He wasn't planning to renovate until fall. All he asked was for me to forward any mail and notify him if anyone tried to access the property without permission. I agreed, smiled, and waited. 2 weeks later, I heard glass shatter. It was past midnight. I had turned off all the lights except the one in the hallway. I knew they'd come. My guess was Dad would be the one to test the waters. Mom never got her hands dirty. Sure enough, it was him. I watched through the slit of the bedroom door as he stumbled into the living room, flashlight in hand, calling out my name. "It's just me, son. Don't be scared. We just need to talk." The same man who signed off on giving my home away without blinking was now creeping through it like a thief in the night. I stepped into the hallway, calm, barefoot. The wood creaked under me. "You're trespassing," I said. He froze. His eyes adjusted. His mouth opened like he was about to offer some fatherly excuse, but then he saw the man behind me, Yassine. He stood in the shadows, arms crossed, silent as stone. He didn't need to say anything. The badge he carried spoke enough. "Who the hell is that?" Dad asked, voice shaking. "The owner," I replied. There was a beat of silence. Then the blood drained from Dad's face. "No, that's not possible. You—" "Sold it?" I interrupted. "Yes, I did. 2 weeks ago. Full market value." "But your sister, she needs—" "She has parents. They'll give her what they didn't give me." The next morning, I filed a police report. Yassine added a security system. My parents didn't speak to me for days. Then I got a voicemail from Mona. She cried, begged, asked how I could be so heartless, said I'd ruined everything. I didn't respond. They thought I'd play the martyr, give up my spine for family peace. But they forgot something vital. I don't owe them comfort. They chose her again and again. I chose me once. Now I sit on the porch, sipping black tea. The air is quiet, still smells like pine and old memories. Yasin sends updates every week. He's building a retreat center here. Something about restoring peace to broken minds. How fitting. I kept one key. He let me keep it, said I earned it. And I did. Because this wasn't just about land, it was about history, and choosing not to be erased from it. They broke in thinking it was still theirs, but they didn't know the house had changed hands. And so had I.